So one thing I wanted to ask is for college students and recent college graduates, um, you had the choice to do a master's, you went into a startup, you have worked in a business, KPMG, you also done a bit of travel. How should someone make that decision between starting their own company, joining a startup, going to a graduate program, doing a master's, taking a gap year? How should someone make that decision?
Oh, it's first of all, I'd say depends different for everyone. There's no single piece of advice you can give that'll catch everyone. So it's a really dynamic question you're asking. But like a few things I'd say. First of all, like always easier to travel before you start your career or something. Um because in most corporate jobs it's kinda hard to get a time off to work. You can do it between jobs, although in some fields people will be like, what's going on there? I think startups are a bit different. People are like, they don't really care. Like, it's like if you're good at the job, you're probably going to get it. But yes, that's like one important consideration. That's something like I made sure doing like all three colleges, like making sure I was getting enough travel in because with the internship and I could see people that are working and like when people are saying to you working and a lot of the people would be like, oh, enjoy college while you can, and soon you realize a lot of people are saying that and you're like, Jesus, like I better actually enjoy college. So I went to I went traveling the summer after that internship because I was because that's, so I think that's one thing. um I think they all have their merits. I think a master's is good, particularly if there's like something you actually want to learn about. um I think if they're also business masters are particularly good if you're not coming from a business background or something like that. I think if you're coming from a business background, like doing something like commerce, maybe doing a business master's, I think the utility of them can be a bit reduced. I have a friend and they did like I think they did like some social science for undergrad and they did like a project management master's. Really good combination because you're getting like a holistic arts education, but also you're getting like real applied skills project management. So that's, I think, good. And then if you're science, obviously masters is essential for that. If there's a hard skill you want to skill up on, data science, for example, good place. Also, nobody says this, but like a lot, but like it does. If you don't get the job you want in the final year, it's another recruiting season. If graduate careers is something you want to go into, and I don't want to shit on it. I graduate roles because I hate when people do that. Like a lot of people in startups are like, oh, like start a business. It's the only way you'll learn anything, or like something like that, which is like spoof. Like, do you know what I mean? Like different things for different strokes for folks. Like definitely joining a startup is not the only thing you should be thinking about after college. I definitely think more people should be doing it, especially like because it's naturally a risky endeavor and less structured, but with that risk there's much higher upside. Like if you get a few options early on in a startup that does well, it's like, oh, that could be a deposit on a house or something like that when you're like 27 or something. And obviously it's very hard to buy houses in Dublin at the moment. That's just one thing, right? Like other things are you get lots of experience. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good, you're good.
Other things are you get like lots of experience really quickly early on, which is like good if you want to accelerate your career maybe a few years quicker than other people. But a lot of my friends went down, traditional management consulting, McKinsey's. Some people went into like banking and stuff like that. Some in accounting, some in other like roles. And I don't think there's anything wrong with any of them. I think it's like, if you asked me the question and gave me like a specific case study, I think I could give a better route. But
In
like
general, like should they pick what they want, like follow their passion, their intellectual curiosity?
passions, I think is okay. Um, I don't really like your man, Professor Scott Galloway. I think he's got a lot of like crap takes, and I think he said something before that like Amazon or crap and Costco are gonna like be a huge company or something. He's had some really ridiculously crap takes. But one thing he does is good at saying is like, following your passion is maybe like a bit romantic. But I definitely think knowing what you want to do or having something you're passionate about is really, really, really powerful if you can find it. But not everyone can find it.
To listen to the full podcast episode or to check out my main channel, click the link in the description.